serious allergic reactions,
all up in the thing.
breathing, throat tightness, face, lip, or tongue swelling.
So a bunch of Shannon Bream on Fox News, and we're listening to the current events that have taken place over the past few days or so, including Democratic debates, Iran policy, and any other policy in North Korea or something like that. G8 summits, G20 summits, Epstein trials, and Russian probe. Actually, not Russian probe. The G20 was the last one, and visit to the United Kingdom,
Right now, at least the Infinity QX.
And so that's what we're at now. Where we're at now. What that all means, I would have to say, is beyond sports.
Why are you so good at this?
I had a coach in high school.
What that all means is like, well,
I had a coach. Math.
a lot of 2020 elections are coming up. A lot of working class issues, poverty issues not addressed.
Free access to coaches
You know,
and full education.
I have 2 rodent like
Just help improve your
pets.
skills.
Okay, I have 2 birds. I have 2 dogs. Okay.
Ooh, that's
Okay, so I have
to take your
a
trading
friend who represents me in my problems. And so, with that,
Exclusive. Tonight, we take you on a tour of one of the major trouble spots for drug smuggling along our southern border with America's drug czar. Correspondent Mark Meredith joins us tonight from South Texas, where officials say they're being stretched beyond their limits. You were on the scene today, Mark. Good evening.
And good evening to you, Shannon. Where we are right now, you can see
the poverty class is not addressed. And here's an applicatory of border patrol agents and stuff like that. It's how you know trafficking, whatever, transporting. So, I mean, it's an applicatories, and you're like, okay, well, what is the theme for 2019, for July 2019, July of 2020, right? Well, I'd have to say the theme of it is it's the whole idea of like seized drugs and stuff, market values and stuff and stuff. And even then, without like saying, addressing the poverty class, saying, oh, what do you call it, everything's expensive, whatever it is. And the standards, you have to say, well, oh, we're just going to extort you and stuff like that. I'm like, look, making pennies on the dollar, and just trying to have basic needs met and stuff like that without going to too much of a deep depression and being in such a foul mood all the time is probably one of the main concerns that I'm thinking about in terms of like where I'm at, not where people are like going to whatever games, to doing something leisure, popping oysters and whatnot. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like, shucking oysters. And so I think the disparity and the burden of the stress that's compounded on the poverty class. Like, man, this is dope. Man, because a lot of people are in another dimension, state, whatever, you know what I'm talking about, and it just does not, it just does not, like, say anything other than politicians are lonely, because, if they can't fix the simple things, so let's go into something else.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says not only does she want to abolish ICE, she's also
and to segue into it, to contrast it, what it is.
Well, we'll see what our
I was like, well, what are people doing on a Saturday and something like that? I say eating pizza and whatnot. I don't ask to trade in my life. I don't ask to trade in my life. I don't ask to say such and such, I would trade all this in for better arthritis problems, but not problems. I don't ask that. But what I do say is I can see where when you sit on an outside brunch area, you have a lemonade, you kind of people watch. It's funny when you people watch here around here nowadays in this area. You don't do it. I mean, it's just not. That's what contrast where, and it's conducive to that. You wait for your baggage and you're able to look.
In the areas that we had to vacate because we had to pull resources out of the field to take care of these asylum seekers.
So it's like, it's octane, and you become suspicious of the idea, right? You just become suspicious of the idea. Only reason I'm not holding this up like this is because I've been doing a little bit of taking care of things that I didn't even take care of for the past week or so. And so with that, there are things that I need to take care of. You can tell if I'm trading like 40 cents into my bank savings account, it is what it is. It's on a reduced, very similar reduced basis. And so with that, but the lemonades and stuff, they're not coming in the way they're supposed to. I mean, I'm not supposed to, but
Opportunity and Immigration Modernization Act that was passed through the Senate with a
Modernization, okay, and the trailblazing effect is almost is nice. Is a nice thought in Baker thought, but in thought it's like it has to be trailblazing, which means it has to be an ever thrust to it. And I'm like, man, you don't reap the rewards of the trail you blazed. You know, like whatever it is that, you know, whatever. And you go east, right? You're like, oh man, you messed that up. You could have so been just that under umbrella sipping lemonade at the spot, and you know what I mean? And so,
Right now. All right, Brandon,
so what we said,
it seems like all sides now admit
so
places like the New
the
York Times,
firefighters over there, so let that go right
There
now.
is a crisis, and if we don't get in front of it, we're